I need you to hate so I can use you for your energy.
This is Real Sales Talk. Real sales advice from real sales practitioners. Giving you tips on how to dominate your sales quota are your co-hosts, Sean Mitchell and Phil Keene.
We don't have a process for referrals at most companies. I go into a company, I say, what's your referral process? They have no, well, what do you mean?
I think that goes back to the premise that why do salespeople suck at prospecting? I mean, number one reason why they suck at prospecting is they don't actually do it.
If you are successful and nobody knows, in 2016, 20, 2025, you're not successful.
You ever want to find out what's going on in the company? Get in the car and spend a day with the top 3 salespeople. You'll find out in 5 minutes.
Because you can't be a trusted advisor without 2 things, trust and advice. I mean, you need both of them.
What is going on, Real Sales Talk family? You're back for episode 18 of Tech Talk. Pretty cool tech today. We're going to chat through one of my favorite pieces of tech that Sean also loves. I don't know why it hasn't made the cut yet, but we're going to bring that to you. It's going to be a fun one. Sean, how's it going?
Good, man. Doing really good. You'll notice I've got a new look here, not just my haircut, but
the whole office has changed. Yeah, you spent some time with IKEA, I heard.
I did. I went to IKEA today, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I just decided to finally do it because, well, previously I've been just posting up at our kitchen table. The problem with that is that, it's like the entire downstairs. And so if kids are screaming, like you may have heard in an episode that this is like talking about Back to the Future. It's an episode we recorded previously, but it's going to come out after we finish recording this. It's the, it's so weird to say, but it's the Mary Lou Tyler episode. So I'm going to have to publish that tonight. But we recorded it prior to recording this. Anyway, so just noisy. This is going to be easier because this is upstairs and I'm able to close the door. And so got a fancy little desk and lamp and chair. And so feel like a brand new me.
You look like a brand new you. You look great. So
I'm beaming with this light here. It's great.
It's good.
All right, so I'm going to talk about Expensify, and yeah, like you said, I don't know why it hasn't made the cut before because I know for sure that I've been using this for years, 2, 3, 4 years maybe, and I'm going to talk about why I like it so much here in just a second. Let me go to the page. Cool. Okay, sharing now. Okay, so Expensify. Expensify is, for those that are listening, it's EXPENSIFY.com, Expensify.com, and they've got a like web-based app that you can access on your laptop, and they've got a mobile app as well. And there's tons of things that this does that I don't even use, and can be used at like a corporate level to be able to manage expenses from sales reps. But if you're a sales rep and you want to do things like track expenses while on a trip, let's say you're out at SaaStr conference in San Francisco this week, and you need to make sure that you're tracking everything, but you don't want to have to keep track of all those silly receipts, right? You've seen those. There's a stack of receipts at the end of a trip, and what Expensify does, what I at least use it for, I can take a picture of the receipt, and it automatically looks and reads where it's from, the date, and the amount that was spent. I have to do 0 manual entries of that expense. And it's actually pretty good. For the longest time, I actually thought that Expensify was hiring people from a foreign country that they could pay inexpensively to look at the receipts. But I'm now starting to think that they actually have a really good algorithm for looking at receipts, interpreting them, and automatically adding them.
I think it's voodoo magic. I'm pretty sure it's all backside software that does it, because I had the similar feeling at first, and over time I've used it now for we've had it active for over a year, so about a year and a half, and it's awesome. It immediately changes expenses. I still don't do them on time sometimes, but they get done, and they get done expediently when I need them. So it's great because it attaches to your bank account, so you're able to pull in. So I've a couple different bank accounts. I have a card that's dedicated to just work expenses. All of it attaches to it, and it actually just pulls that data right in, and then you're just click all the expenses that you want, and then you drop it into a report, and you could divvy it out so you can build as many reports as you want. So if you have a report for a specific event, or you have a monthly expense report that you put together, or there's a travel expense report for a meeting that you had, all of that can be done, and it's fairly easy to do that. And it also does a pretty good job at doing different types of expenses. So not just I bought something on a card or I paid for it in my bank account and I want to be expensed for it. It's tracking mileage. It does all of that stuff. So it's pretty robust in terms of an expensing software or expense software. So I've been thoroughly impressed, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, and it dawned on me, I think yesterday or the day before, as I was working through all of my expenses. I probably had, for the year, I don't know, maybe $7,000 or $8,000 worth of expenses that I had been pretty good up until, like, I don't know, April or May. Something happened. I don't know if it was with my phone or whatever, but I fell off the bandwagon. So I had like this big bag, like Whole Foods reusable bag full of receipts from June until the end of the year that I hadn't taken care of. And so over the last day, I had been using the mobile app to snap pictures of the receipts and add them in. And it does a pretty good job at, if you, let's say, for example, have purchased something from Chipotle, if you identify that as a meal or food, like a food expense, in the future, whenever you snap a picture of that receipt from Chipotle, it identifies that so you don't have to do it over and over again. So it really saved me a lot of time. Expensify, if you're listening to this, thank you. You're amazing. I love you and will continue to use you. I don't know why, to be honest, you don't make me pay for your software, because I would gladly do it. But yeah, thanks.
Yeah, if you are a finance person or an HR person that has to do anything with expenses, please purchase it for your company, because it is good and it will help a ton, and it works, which is something that you can't say about a lot of tech out there. So it's good. It's really good.
It's true.
One of the other features I love too on Expensify, I know you stole my thunder with the, hey, it separates and automatically reroutes all that stuff. Is it when you have it at a corporate level? So there's a lot of rules and regulations in place for me in terms of you have to do it this way, or you have to have a receipt at this dollar amount, and you have to have a certain type of receipt. Like there's different things that are in there. And it shows, it gives me like a red check mark that says this is what's wrong. So if you think back to like the days of having a physical hand, like, and hopefully nobody's in that world, but there's a lot more that we know that are in a hand, write it, put it on a piece of paper, turn it into your finance team. That still exists, and you had a stack of receipts with it, and you always messed them all up. You just hope you got your money back. Versus this one here, there's actually a red check that says, hey, Sean, this is a $25 expense. You needed a receipt. You at least need a digital receipt for this. And then if it's like, hey, this is $150, you need to have a physical receipt for this. I think that's the cool thing. It tells me and reminds me all the rules and regulations. So
yeah, it also caught when I had a duplicate receipt. Somehow I took a photo of it twice, and it gave me those little red exclamation points to have me look at that and what I thought was duplicate. They also introduced artificial intelligence on the topic of AI as a theme for 2017. For me, and if you haven't listened to that episode at the beginning of 2017, you should, because Phil and I predict or talk about some of the trends. Artificial intelligence was my trend for 2017. They Expensify introduced an artificial intelligence aspect to Expensify back in September, if I remember correctly. And so it's just doing some more intelligent things and doing some thinking for you. So good for them for moving the software forward and not sitting on their laurels.
Yeah, it's great. Cool. So Expensify, we got to check it out if you have not already. I'm sure you guys have all already got your Googling on and are finding it as Sean and I are talking. So
what do you got, Phil?
One thing. So Nuzzel, it's a cool software to find a way to aggregate content to you. So I'll share my screen and show you guys. So anybody that's not watching on YouTube and you're just listening, we appreciate you on iTunes, but hop on over to our YouTube so you guys can watch. And when we do Tech Talk, we actually walk through the websites and stuff for you guys. So let me go to, all right, so Nuzzel. So Nuzzel it aggregates software for you, so you can actually subscribe to feeds. So I searched for sales up here in this box, and it gave me enterprise sales who has their own, and I can subscribe to that, share stuff on Twitter, directly connect to my social media accounts. But these are kind of pre-set up content things that you can go through that. So it's great for, I want to share it out to Twitter. So automatically connect to Twitter. I know it's Nuzzel. I don't want my Nuzzel. And then I just posted it. So immediately takes it and passes it off to Twitter there for yourself. And then if you want to subscribe, which I already am subscribed to this one, you just drop your email address in there. I'm already subscribed to that feed, but pretty simple, easy software to use. And then you can find, there's a bunch of ones that are out there. Let me search again for sales. Miles Austin, I know you're out there. Hopefully you're an avid listener. I know you might be. Miles is a great guy. If you guys have not looked him up, look him up. He's got a lot of great content out there about social selling. If you wanted to subscribe to his, go ahead and hit subscribe. I don't know why I was not subscribed to Miles. Nuzzel, but cool way.
So greet me on here. I mean, so it looks like people can post content, right?
Absolutely. So, well, what it just gives you a chance to aggregate some of your content together, so you can subscribe to. So, like this one here, he's got Dan Walschmidt. If you guys have not heard of Dan Walschmidt, you're missing out on life. I will try.
I'm missing out. Clearly,
you got to check Dan Walschmidt out. So. He is a great motivational speaker. I can't tell his story to do it justice enough. So bonus content for all you salespeople out there. DanWalschmidt.com. He's a keynote speaker. He's an ultra runner. If you guys don't know what ultra runners are, those guys do like the hyper marathons. Does business strategy. His story is.
I actually may have heard this guy speak at Sales 2.0 conference, maybe.
He is, let me drop off the screen share. He is one of my favorite live speakers I've ever heard because it's so raw and real and in your face, and it's so emotional. It was awesome. So Dan Walschmidt, I'm a huge fan. We want you on the Real Sales Talk. But he's pretty accessible. I've emailed him a few times. So let's see if I can hopefully get Dan on there. I'm gonna beg and plead you on the show, but you guys will love his content. Please go over to danwalschmidt.com. That's your bonus content today for Tech Talk.
Sweet. All right. Well, that wraps it up for Tech Talk 018, and looking forward to continuing the conversation offline on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, wherever you are at, we are there too. So come and say hello. All that said, have a great evening or great day, depending on when you're listening to this, and we'll see you on the next episode.